Oh, I see, okay. No. Yeah. Yes.
Must be getting hosed.
Correct.
So, we're a little slow on that one again. Over the regular common council meeting Monday, January 20th at 7 p.m. Roll call.
Kribel?
Here.
Grisanti?
Here.
Candy Davis?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Paul Davis?
Yeah.
Burdick?
Here. Second pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Meeting notice.
Meeting notices were posted last Friday at the library, post office, city hall on the website.
Council accept this agenda.
No move.
Second. Motion is second to accept the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is personal appearances for non-agenda items. If there's anyone that wishes to speak on anything, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is John Hemingway. My address is 610 Doty Street. I've lived there for 40 years. I'm the house owner. And I am before the board because I'm having issues with the person who's raising chickens next door to me, chickens and ducks. I've had the chickens in my yard 8 times now. The requirements, as I understand them, is that if you are using a line fence, the backyard fence, that's a line fence for the ducks, the rear yard fence. The fence enclosure also serves as a rear yard fence. A rear yard fence shall be 100% opaque. I do not have that existing in the 110 feet of that side fence next to me. Initially, even, I would have a chain link fence that was actually mine. The neighbor prior to Jonathan tied into, with my permission, so long as he put a post in the corners next to mine and didn't pull off my corner post, so that you would not have to build a cross post for his dog. I've never given anyone permission to use this for a chicken run. John is very aware of this. I've reiterated this on this fence numerous times. I have the actual paperwork from '88 that not only says that's my fence, that's 2 feet inside the property line. To force the issue, I took my dog run 40 feet back and then blocked the fence that John put there, which was about 8 to 16 inches up off the ground. After 2 incidences of my dogs running into the fence trying to get the chickens. And after asking John for some consideration, which he declined. I want to know, the main reason I'm here, I'm talking to the council, all of you voted for this, or everyone that was on the council at the time, voted for the husbandry change. I missed it, I saw it in the paper later and thought nothing of it till all of a sudden there's ducks in the yard next door. The second time when my dog was bleeding from the mouth because I couldn't get out of the house fast enough, trying to grab him. First time I just called the dogs away and into the car and to cool them down. 5 days later, it happens again. That was April 1st, 2024, the second time. It could not have even had a permit. to have these things. Now, he was forced to remove the ducts until he got a permit. Pretty unhappy about that. I then took 40 feet down when we kept having incidences where I had to run out there and get the dogs away from the fence. At any rate, when I lost my patience, I took 40 feet, he had to build a fence. So he built a privacy fence after suggesting maybe I'd be happier if I built a privacy fence. Somebody would be, it wouldn't have been me. That fence is not a conforming fence. It is too tall. Again, it is anywhere from 10, 12 to 16 inches off the ground. As the neighbor behind him said, well, how's that gonna work for you? I said, well, how's he gonna tease my dogs if he puts it on? But it's a non-conforming fence. There's another 28 feet at the bottom of this that he didn't screen even. So they can get into outside of my fence, and if they come up a little bit east of there, they can't get back in his yard. They're in my yard. Which I don't know if that's where they're coming from or not. But this has been a continuing issue for over 9 months, and I've come in here 5 or 6 times and complained to the city, and I've gotten nowhere. I'm told he has a variance on that fence. But I was never contacted for a hearing with the variance board. And I haven't talked to all the neighbors, but the couple I talked to, they were never contacted, which I thought you had to contact everyone within 250 feet. I would like the council, basically at this point in time, I'd like you all to take a minute someday and go up there and take a look at that. Tell me this is what you intended. I cannot look out a single window. I have a very modest little house. I cannot look out a single south window if they are out of their covered enclosure and fence enclosure and running in the yard. I cannot look out a single south facing window and not see them. Which means my dogs can too. Is this what you intended? If not, I would like the council or the city to take some action. And I understand there's been some disruption in the public works department. That maybe things are falling through the cracks here. But I think I've been patient long enough. Just like a little consideration. I'd like everyone that voted for that to go up and actually look at what I've got there and see if you think that would add value to your property if you were me. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? If not, we will move on to consider the minutes. January 6th.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the January 6th meetings. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The reports, finance, Tim.
Finance met earlier today at 6:15. I'll make a motion to approve the change order number 3 for BKS Excavating for the Henry Street Utility Improvement Project in the amount of $58,276.05.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve payment for change order number 3. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the final pay request for BKS Excavating for the Henry Street Utility Improvement Project in the amount of $63,437.48.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to pay BKS Excavating. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Make a motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $1,557,836.35.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to pay the bills. Any questions on the bills? Did our raises come through?
Yeah.
Something to watch for much.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It's not for another year yet. If there's any other questions, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
A move to approve the addendum to Cedar Corp Professional Services Agreement for the Phase 2 Albion Street Utility Improvement Project.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the addendum to Senior Corp's contract. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the lease agreement with Tim Clark for cemetery land, which increases the lease to $175 per acre.
Second.
Motion is second. Approve the lease agreement with Tim Clark. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve awarding the bid for the Albion Street Phase 2 Street Utility Improvement Project to the lowest responsible bid of RT Fox in the amount of $1,290,871.50.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the Elgin Street bid. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the development agreement for Foresight Development for the extension of Diane Drive.
Second.
Motion is second on the developer agreement for Foresight. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the HVAC modifications at the police department from Al Lyers in the amount of $2,489 and funding it through.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the HVAC modification of the police department. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And then make a motion to approve the contract with Baker Tilly for a single audit not to exceed $14,000.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the utility contract. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis.
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yeah.
Burdick.
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Grisanti.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And that's everything from finance.
Thank you. Library board.
Library Board met January 14th. We reviewed and approved changes to our public computer use policy. And our next meeting is February 11th at 6 p.m.
Thank you.
What changes? Just curious.
Just kind of updating it to some language update. We had an error in there of students of the age of 18 could have use of computers without parent approval, but it's actually 16 in Wisconsin, so those kinds of things.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Utility.
Okay, utility met on the 13th. Here at 5:45, we did approve a rate study for this year for the with Baker Tilly. Otherwise, that was the only thing that was, yep, just the approval for a rate study.
All right, thank you. Public Works Committee.
Public Works met last Monday, the 13th. It was Kurt's first meeting and he did a great job. I'm guessing by the breath he let out at the end of it, he was glad it was over. Several things were covered, one of them being the Albion Street that you've already approved. What the committee did was go through it was so much over what we had planned. We went through quite a few options and we did come up with enough ideas we felt comfortable paying, or that we could cover the extra to still get things done that we had planned in the future. Without bumping anything down the road, so we kind of worked it over for a while. And Kurt was obviously in there with streets and things too, so he's gonna come up with some other street ideas for what little money we have left for the street funding over the next couple of years, once we use some of that for that. So we did cover that. We also, it's on the agenda is the bucket truck. We got a bucket truck, Kurt, that failed inspection. You wanna take that?
I'm Zach.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
Same thing.
Kurt took the ride in the truck. That's why, Kurt took the ride in the truck. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zach. Tell me about Kurt's riding the truck.
So, yeah, the old, or the bucket truck currently in 1991 was inspected in, December and had a list of 50 deficiencies and was placed out of service. The cost to repair it, given the age and condition of the truck, look for a replacement truck, a used 2019. Public Works crew went out, inspected it and ran the boom and took it for a test drive. The only issue was a power steering pump, and that was replaced at the end of last week by Pettit's truck. So we got, looked like a very good unit to replace our current bucket truck with.
Okay, thanks.
Quick
Zach.
question. How often do you have your vehicles inspected? Do they have to be inspected?
I believe the bucket truck, I don't know how often it is, but yes, it has to be regularly inspected
Okay.
by like an outside company.
Okay.
Okay. And on that, again, we took a look at the budget and we moved a few things around with Kurt's suggestions, and we did come up that we will have plenty of funds for the truck. Even though it wasn't originally in there. With Zach, did I speak Kurt again? Correctly, Kurt, exactly.
Zach, might just be easier for you to change it.
You said, put your name tag over it. I don't know why.
Welcome to my world.
Been dealing with Kurt with this truck and everything, so yeah, I just got it in my head that it was, okay. All right, Zach, anyway, let's just go from there. I'm gonna make a motion that we purchase a bucket truck as suggested by Zach, Pettit's truck.
I'll second.
Price is listed.
Okay, we got a motion to purchase a bucket truck. The motion in a second?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm trying to get confused with that.
There's one more.
To purchase Zach's truck.
Kurt might drive.
We'll put Zach's up for later, so now.
Yeah, discussion.
Jeez.
Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Corsanti.
Yes.
Andy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Motion passes.
Okay, and with Zach's suggestions, we're gonna put the bucket truck that we currently have and a mower that we've got out there up for surplus with setting minimum bids. Kurt did also look at a similar bucket truck in the same condition that was bid by, I'm gonna guess Evansville, you're gonna tell me I'm wrong.
Evansville.
It was, hey, all right. I'm not sure it was somewhere else. Anyway, so we're putting them up at that and the mower, blown motor, so it's not gonna go up for much, but we're letting him take that lead on, putting low bids on those. So I'm gonna motion, we declare them surplus.
I'll second.
And do I need to, we need to set the minimum bids that we had, because we had, what, we have 7,000?
Yep.
And 2,000, right?
Yep.
We dropped it. Yeah, we dropped it.
Yeah, with the blown motor, we jumped it up too.
Okay, motion in a second to declare bucket truck and more surplus at what were the? prices?
7,000 and 2,000 effectively.
Is that Sean Kribel, did you second?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Corsanti.
Yes.
Andy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Zach, did we have anything?
You might wanna
Yeah, we did
introduce
cover, also decide on driveway aprons when they're being replaced, and we struck the word pavers from our current ordinance so that they were not allowed. But we did leave what it says, is remove, we left it as hard surface. Correct, hard surfaces including which are, what, defines blacktop and concrete.
Correct.
Okay, so we took pavers out. Or we have aprons replaced, those two are options,
And that will have to come to plan
and
condition
that will,
for a public hearing. That's a chapter.
that was.
Correct.
Not you, yeah, that was our suggestion that we strike it, it'll go on, like Ramona said, it'll go on. And I'm just gonna stop there, while I'm not ahead.
Okay, thank you. RDA.
Boy, I hope it's a Jim again.
Is that me? No.
So, RDA, we, talked about an extension on, raising funds for the child's high school. Cause they don't have enough financing yet. So that, and, forward, the group that does the rehab is looking to use our backdoor improvement grant or TIP situation for 2 new windows in the back of their building.
Want to make that as a motion?
Sure. I make that a motion, but I don't have that,
What did I see? It was something around 5,000 up? Okay, was. You might want to put 5,000.
okay, so in the amount of 5,000, I make a motion to approve the backdoor improvement grant for forward rehab at 102 West Fulton Street. To approve that motion.
I'll second.
Thanks.
Motion and second to approve the grant to backdoor improvement grant to 102 West Fulton. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Jenny Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Kribel.
Yes.
Motion passes. That's about all we had to go for, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty short, yeah.
Okay, plan commission. Got a couple things here.
Not even gonna tell them. You guys are on your own.
You're looking at your letter, you real?
Well, I can.
All right, I'm like, you were, I mean,
I can at least read them and then.
I can read them.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought you were gonna do some background or something.
No,
Okay. Make a motion to approve the first reading of the City of Edgerton ordinance 25-01. Ordinance to amend chapter 442, review and approval of extraterritorial land division, section 442-29A. 2 of the Edgerton Code of General Ordinances, City of Edgerton, Rock and Dane Counties, Wisconsin.
Second.
Motion and second to introduce and approve the first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 25-01. Any discussion? Does everybody know what this is for? Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
And I make a motion to introduce and approve the first reading of the City of Edgerton ordinance 25-02. Ordinance to amend section 450-20 official zoning map of the Edgerton Code of Zoning Ordinances for 0.454 acres land located west of Diane Drive, City of Edgerton, Rock and Dane Counties, Wisconsin.
Second.
Motion and second to introduce and approve the first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 25-02. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, next time.
Sure. Make a motion to approve the preliminary CSM to create one residential west of Diane Drive for Foresight Development Group.
Second.
Motion and second to approve.
Thanks, Paul.
Yes. Well, I like the autumn.
Oh, okay.
Just
Throw me out there.
CSM for one lot on Diane Drive. Any discussion?
Just want to make sure everybody's aware that this was originally for 2 lots, and then they discovered that they do have enough room and are desiring now a 3rd lot, which came up for quite a bit of discussion at the planning commission meeting.
Anyone else?
There's still 3 single family residential.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, just still 3 residents,
Total.
just, they didn't realize that they were able to do 3, and now they can, so.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the final survey map to create 2 residential lots west of Diane Drive for Foresight Development Group.
Second.
Motion and second to the final certified survey map, 2 lots. What's the Diane Drive? Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Kribel?
Yes.
Grisanti?
Yeah.
Andy Davis?
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Motion passes. What all we had to bring forward from that, wasn't it? Next item, consider mayor committee appointments. We got vacancy on the library board again. And Alyssa, is it
Hebgen. Hebgen.
Hebgen, has expressed an interest in that, if somebody would. So like occasionally in there for you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Alyssa as on the library. board.
Motion and a second to approve Alyssa. Any discussion? Looks like it, right?
Fits right.
Yeah, Alyssa could be a specialist from the
Right,
school
from the
district, so, and Erin is stepping down because her kids are super involved in everything, so she's a very busy mom.
Anyone else? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, mayor, all the person and staff reports. It's a little cool out right now, so everybody's trying to stay warm. It's only 2 months to the date for spring, so tone them down. Let's get through a couple days here. Does anyone else have anything?
I do, pancake breakfast, Lions Club pancake breakfast on, February 9th at Tri-County, Super Bowl morning. And that money helps us with the fireworks.
I was gonna bring that up at the next council meeting, but that's okay to get it on your calendars now, so. Anyone else? Anybody want to get out of here?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to adjourn, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, we got adjourned.